Hello, today we are going to talk about the Linux music player daemon, MPD. I am the administrator of my home music server, and well, obviously I've been running MPD for a while, and there are times that I need to upgrade. So let's see how we do the upgrade today. I don't usually remember where I set these things up because there are just so many of them, and obviously there are many people who do APT or package upgrade with Yum, which many years ago we use source compile, but nowadays there are just so many packages. And remember, there is one distro, is it like Archie distro, which favors source compile, but most other Linux distro, which is basically APT upgrade or Yum upgrade, whatever. But there are times, especially like Raspberry Pi, which I'm running my MPD on, that we would like to have something more personal. For example, I have a DSD capable DAC, this USB tiny DAC, which does the digital to analog decode. And the MPD version that comes with the Raspberry Pi, the version that I'm running, simply it might have something which I find it difficult to, it might have some bugs in a sense. So I need to upgrade it. So the earlier version that I did was, let's see on the screen, the version that I'm running is, is it big V? Yes. Let's do the long version, it's always easier. It is 0.21.22, and the latest one is 0.23. I would look at the file, the news file, see what was fixed lately. There are times when there are important bugs. Right now, my problem with this version is when I play DSD file, DSF file, it only comes back with one channel, oddly. And I couldn't find any reason for it. I may have done some source code debugging. Obviously, I'm not very good at all these digital signal processing stuff, and so I am expecting the newer version would do some good. Now, as I'm using 22, so I hope this release might do something different. So I'm going to share with you normally what I would do. So I would go to download. Now every application is different. Every open source applications are packaged in different ways. So instead of remembering it, I learned to dynamically look for resources and infer from instructions from there and build things up. So in this case, I see there's a table which is in XZ format, and I get the link. Then I download it directly on my Pi. Here you go. Alright, so I got it. It's not a big package, 680K. So let me take a look at what is in there. Okay, so it has this folder, some of the source code there. Alright, so I'm going to extract it. I usually would do that first, just to take a look at the table before I extract those files, just to be sure sometimes. So, oops, J we have because it's XC. When you do XC file, it's J. So, there you go. now I got this folder here, which is obviously the version is correct. Now, how to do? I would recommend we read the README. So just take a look at it, see any key problems, licensing. So it seems alright. It's the same as it was before. As I don't do it every day, so things we need to brush up every time. Now it seems to be where's the build instruction? So I go back to the website and look for documentation. I think it's a good practice, right? We read documentation from the original author rather than from any other Google sources. So it just follow the rationale behind what they're doing. That is a lot easier, isn't it? So let's go back to how it is. I remember I need to install these prerequisites here. But since it's not my first time compiling it on my Pi, so I could escape it. But if you're doing it, you should install these libraries. And then here you go. This is the basic. I used to use Make, but there are now many different build systems like Meson. Honestly, I don't use Meson very often, but it's nice to see there are many new things coming up. Like, I want to take a look at what Meson is doing. Ninja and Meson, they are both build systems. So I will leave it up to you to check this out. It might be of good use for you next time. As a system administrator, we just need to know many different tools to build things up. Here you go. Now I need to follow these instructions. So the best way is to just copy this. It's quite dangerous sometimes because when you copy it, you paste it back, it will execute immediately if that line fit coverage return is there. But in this case, I think it's pretty safe because it's just a home server. It's not typing it, so I'll just do it by pasting it. There you go. Sorry. So while it's scrolling down, what it does is, the way I guess it is to specify the dot is the current directory, which is the main folder where the source are, and you want to build a release in the output folder under release folder. So it's like a folder path where the build type is debug optimized and some other flags. So here it goes. It automatically, like every build system, it will check what libraries prerequisites you already have. So you don't see all these. Some of them are optional, like this is no. I don't find it a problem, so I normally just let go. If there are problems, it would not go ahead. It would just go back and ask you to install this and that. Say if you don't have get peer ID, you might have to install some other packages to enable it. But since the website here that has most of them there, so if you follow it, it should be alright. So it doesn't find CMake, but it's alright, I guess. Now here you go, it's finished building the source tree. So the first step is to build the source tree, generate all necessary files by detecting what are available on your system, meaning what libraries, what support are available in the system. Then generate the source codes for you to customize for your system. So this is one nice step. The next step is just compile it. So what's the next step? Here you go. Here, this is the one. Ninja-C output release. That's the way, just like make in the conventional legacy sense. Here you go. I am running a Pi 4, so with long memory, so it's not. My last experience is going to take 5-10 minutes. We are not going to wait for it to finish. Don't worry for this video. But when it's doing it, let's go back to here. There are the other option here, like Mission configure output release, which shows you a list of compile time options. Just now, these are some of the options that are enabled automatically. You could use or take a look at this. Let's do it. So I have another window which I don't want to lose. I'll show you later. This is actually a previous compile with Ninja that when it finished. So I just want to show you when it finishes. It's actually come up with all these C++ warning in the compiler, but just don't worry about it because it generated the binary fine. Okay, so this is what it will be when they keep pumping out output lines. What I want to scroll up is to show you just now when I use that command that we saw on the web page. Let me scroll up. Here go. This is the one. So all these config generator will have certain option or even a text file to show you what the output really what are the option switches that you could use. So if you scroll down, you see this column is the feature, it's the value. So it's like feature value. Most of them are either enable, disable, or automatic, and it seems to me that it defaults to automatic most of the time. So the situation is I didn't change any of them. I didn't find it necessary. But if you are interested when you do your own make, then you obviously can twist it in any way you want. So these are all these. Now, say for example, where would that binary goes if you install it? It would automatically go to USR local, and this is the prefix, and the bin directory is bin. So it's the local bin. This follows the normal traditional make concept. So that shouldn't be a surprise to you too if you are not the first time. Right, and then the rest. The thing that I would look for, like, oh, does it support FLAC, which is a format that I mostly use? Does it support DSD, which is set to true, which is my interest in having my MPD to play DSF file to my DAC, which is capable of doing DSD. The others are not very important to me, but it might be important to you, like name is for MP3. So these are, obviously most of them are there, and with these I find that I'm happy because I know that my MPD would be able to support most of the stuff that I need, and if you look at it, it's not very heavyweight. So far I'm very happy with MPD. I really appreciate those people who make this happen to me for my home hi-fi system. Okay, now let's see if it finished. It's still compiling. It's like 591 towards 632. Should we wait for it? If you want to see it finish, or else you might think that I'm lying to you. But never mind. Now, because it's about there, just squeeze in just for a little. Let's go back to this screen. It also works for Windows. I don't use Windows, unfortunately, so I didn't try it here. And there is an Android build where you could run MPD on Android on your mobile phone. Is it useful? I do run MPC client. I mean, the client side of the MPD on using open source from F-Droid on my mobile to remote control the MPD, but I'm not too sure why I want to run an MPD on another Android phone. Maybe if you have spare Android phone and you want to make use of that instead of a Pi to be a music server. Oh, I see. So that makes sense. Alright, understand. Alright, good. Oh, alright, let's go back here. So it's like about 3-4 minutes on a Pi 4. It's very fast. So it's done. Now where does the compiled binary go? Is supposed to be in output and in release. And here it is. This is the one. So if you double check, here you go. Now the new binary is version 23, 0.2123. So we are successful. So that's it. That I just have my new MPD compiled that could replace my previous one and restart, and that's it. So hope you enjoy being as a system server administrator to use source code. This is open source, so we are happy. We should be happy to work with source rather than just purely apt install or yum install packages. And it might be even worth the time sometimes to build the whole system from a distro like Archie. Alright, thank you very much, and hope you enjoyed, and if you could like my video, that would help also to let other people know that there are videos like that to share. Cheers!